All right, so now you've completed session number 5, and you got an introductory in session number 5 to shoulder mobility stretching. And shoulders in everybody is super tight, which means you were pretty much holding a dowel like this. Now, this dowel could easily be a broomstick that you have at home. So again, practice makes perfect. So I'd like to see you actually practicing in that. The movement you should have been learning straight up from an overhead position. It's pretty simple. Just go to a full rotation of the arms, really looking to loosen up your shoulders, and of course go in both directions. Again, easily done with a broomstick at home, not a problem. All right, something else we also went over was the press, and while you have certainly been learning the press along the way, the emphasis here is that your body, we're really trying to get the skeletal frame behind, or beneath actually, the press itself. So the more solid your skeletal frame is, the stronger you will be on the lift. And what I mean by that, the more solid is, as soon as you start opening your feet wider and you start taking that Bambi look, you're already making this human column weaker. So the strongest column you could have is with your feet fairly close together and your body perfectly aligned and straight upright. And that's what we're trying to get you to duplicate while doing the press motion, the press movement. Right to the point that in the overhead position, full active shoulders, full extension, your hand will actually be perfectly aligned with your heel. Okay, and we also introduced to you in session number 5, knees to elbow. Now this is an amazing midline stabilizing exercise, commonly referred to today as core training. So knees to elbows is exactly what the name implies. You make your knees touch your elbows while you're holding a bar or gymnastic rings, something to that nature. So knees to elbows is something you will be seeing down the road in your exercise prescriptions. And while everything you're learning right now is purely technical, trust me when I tell you, in 4 to 6 months of training, you are not going to be the same person anymore. J'avais oublié complètement de faire cette session en franglais. Anyway, écoute, pour les épaules, on va faire cet étirement avec le bâton. Pour le press, en effet, c'est juste utiliser les os qui travaillent avec les muscles en même temps. Et quoi d'autre? On a fait un exercice qui s'appelle le knees to elbow, c'est-à-dire les genoux qui touchent au coude. Puis en plus, on a déjà parlé plusieurs fois, je crois, pour déjeuner, on essaie de manger pour déjeuner rien qui vient avec une étiquette, okay? Anything with a food label on it. For breakfast, please cut it out and be consistent about that. For breakfast, no processed foods. Puis en plus, quoi d'autre? Oh, une fois par semaine, at least once a week, I would love to see you, your body will love to see you in a yoga class. Now, if you've never tried the hot yoga, I strongly recommend you do so. It is available at almost all Siscoe gym locations. Now, the beautiful thing about the hot yoga versus regular yoga, and don't get me wrong, it's all good no matter what form you do. But the hot yoga, because of the heat, forces the body to secrete a fluid. That fluid is called synovitis. Puis ça va améliorer la capacité de faire des étirements de plus en plus. So that's the advantages the hot yoga has over regular yoga, is that the ability to stretch a little bit more than otherwise you will do in regular yoga. And don't get me wrong, hatha yoga, c'est super bien. On offre aussi un mélange. Yoga Latte, c'est un mélange de pilates et yoga. Et en plus, on fait un cours de yoga fait expressément pour des athlètes. So we have a yoga for athletes class called Eccentrics. Anyways, all that being said, once a week, minimum, get those buns in a yoga class. All right, that is it for session number 5.